What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Music Disc Reviewer. Today, we got some really lit content for you guys. As you can see here on the screen, we are doing an audio format tier list. Basically, we're going to be going through every different way to physically listen to music, and we're going to be putting them on a tier list in what I like versus what I don't like. Keep in mind, these are just my opinions, but I'm also the ultimate authority on this, so everything I say is gospel and 100% fact. Okay, so there's our list. And I know you've got pictures of this guy, but we're still gonna be calling it like S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, and D tier. But this tier list itself is a little more lit because you got this guy here. Okay, so let's go to our first music listening format, which is 8-track player. And the cool thing about 8-track is it's like brand new. Like this is new technology, like state of the art. I would put this like S tier or something because it's so like high quality, amazing, but it's so new. I don't really even understand it yet because like we can't physically like begin to process the amount of just musical quality you get on an 8-track tape. So because it's still kind of a work in progress, I'm going to put this one in the A tier with this guy here. But so yeah, still really lit, and I like a lot, and excited for the new, technological prospects that we can get from our 8-track cassette players. So next we have Boombox. All right, you guys, I got a question for you. What is the name of the channel? That's right. This is the Music Disc Reviewer, and this Boombox here, if you can see, says compact disc. This is an S tier, absolutely, like just on the gang. All right, next we got Discman. So this Discman here, you see how it says disc right there? Again, I gotta ask you guys, what's the name of the channel? This is the Music Disc Reviewer. We play discs here. Come on, this is an S tier. And also, I will say, Discmans are cool because you can also, or Discmen, is that plural? I don't actually know. Discmen, or however you want to call it, Discman is cool because you can take it with you in public and people will make fun of you for being a total nerd and carrying a Discman around in public, and you might even get beat up. I don't know, but that's just like really cool. All right, you guys, next we got Crosley Record Player. Now, Crosley is a company that makes record players, and they play analog discs. Um, you see this like analog disc right here? Little 45 analog disc? I mean, come on. It's Music Disc Reviewer. You guys already know where this is going. This is an S tier. And also, cool about Crosley is like the quality of these tiny speakers and the durability of it to like protect your records and not destroy them. Like it's a really, really great, super high quality, well-made piece of equipment. Next, we got Gramophone. So gramophones are similar to Crosley's. They're a little older, but they still play discs. And guys, I mean, I keep saying it over and over again, but you see that there? That is an analog disc, S tier. Also, actually, let's go back to this picture. The cool thing about gramophones is that it's this really big horn looking thing here, like a tuba. You could like stick your head in this if you want, which is kind of lit. Okay, so so far these are our S tiers. We got one H, so we're off to like a pretty great start. While you're at it, smash like if you want to see more things get ranked, which I'm gonna be ranking them anyway, whether you like the video or not, because this was like already recorded and you're watching this later on YouTube, but like you should still like the video anyway. Okay, so let me look at my little notes here. Give me 1 second. Okay, cassette deck. Now I gotta grab something here. I was gonna grab this earlier, but did not prepare for this video. Okay, so cassettes are interesting. They're not discs, but they are a form of physical media. So that's interesting. So here's a cassette that I got pretty recently. I just got a little cassette player, and this cassette, this is a patriotic album, you guys. This is Born in the USA by Bruce Springsteen, the boss. And I got to tell you, like, look how American this is. Like, this is so patriotic. And like every 4th of July, I break out my Born in the USA cassette tape, and it's just like it's super American. It's like super exciting. And I'm gonna give this one B tier. B for Born in the USA. So like next time you're like in the mood for something like high spirited, really exciting, American and exciting, and but you're really proud of your country, listen to this cassette. So yeah, B tier, Born in the USA. And while we're at it, we're also going to discuss the Walkman, which again, Walkman, Walkmen, I don't know, but we're talking about one here. So this Walkman is similar to a Discman in that it doesn't play discs, it plays cassette tapes, but you can take it with you places. And if I had a Walkman, well, I do have a Walkman, it doesn't work. But if I had a working one, or if I got my one to work, whatever, I'd be taking this Born in the USA, because again, it's just like really like super, like high spirited, like shout out to the like American flag and like everything and all that like Fourth of July stuff I mentioned earlier. So again, this is B tier again for Born in the USA. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say about that. Let's move on to our next one. Oh yeah, and also Walkman is also cool because it's in that vein of like you can take it around like a complete nerd and people will make fun of you and possibly beat you up and steal your wallet. Next, okay, you guys, come on. We got AirPods, the highest form of audio quality in existence in the world. I mean, come on, you don't need me to tell you this is an S tier. This is like God tier. It's the absolute best. Like when I listen to that Amy Grant album with that AirPods mix, oh man, like you guys. Okay, but I mean enough of that. So next we got Beats by Dre headphones. This might be a little controversial, but this is gonna go in the B tier. B is for Beats by Dre. And also Dr. Dre, like he seems like a cool guy. Like, I mean, he made the low end theory. He's a member of Public Enemy. And I think that's really cool that he would like make these cool albums and then like listen to them with like Beats by Dre and then make more like albums for the Wu-Tang Clan with Beats by Dre. So I think that's really cool. So yeah, shout out to B tier, Beats by Dre, and Dr. Dre, your boy. Okay, so next we have Raycon earbuds. So Raycon earbuds happens to be the sponsor of today's video. And if you use code Music Disc Reviewer, so you guys, you can get 20% off your next order of Raycon earbuds. Obviously, that's an S tier. I definitely wasn't paid to say that, but like, yeah, I was. But this is an S tier. Raycon earbuds is like the best quality. And also, notice how similar they are to AirPods. And because they're like tiny earbuds you put in your ear that are wireless or whatever, like they have to sound as good as AirPods, right? Or at least up there. Like they sound pretty good. It's Raycon earbuds. And again, thank you to today's sponsor today's video. Make sure to go buy some Raycon earbuds. Next, we have this one's a classic. We have the iPod. So the iPod is really cool because you've got these like giant buttons. Like, see this here, my phone. There's like tiny buttons on the side, but this thing is built to last. Like, you can just press these buttons all day. It doesn't have a screen on it, so you can't really see like what the heck you're listening to. But like, if you know the song, you might be able to hear it. And sometimes you can like take your iPod shuffle and like take the like the little ear pod or earbud or whatever, and then hold your phone up to the earbud and like Shazam it if that helps. It's kind of a life hack I just thought of like 5 seconds ago. Okay, so that's going to be an A tier. I might have said that, but yeah, iPod. And then, I mean, what a landmark to, music listening and like the MP3 era, rip Steve Jobs. Next, we have the iPhone. So the iPhone is going to be okay, I put this in B tier. The reason I put this in B tier is because, like I said, less buttons, but it is really cool because you can make phone calls on it. Next, we got the iPad. Now, controversial opinion, I like the iPad a lot, but for music listening, it's a little bulky. Like, I don't have an iPad with me, but like if you have an iPad, there's a speakers on the bottom and you have to like hold it up to your ear like this, which is like kind of annoying. So it's not horrible, but this is gonna be our first C tier. It's a little lower. I'd much prefer the iPod or the iPhone. And those are the only two other Samsung products we've reviewed so far in this video. So maybe we'll find more. I don't know. So next, okay, so this one's a little tricky because you got car stereo. Now, I kind of have an issue with car stereo. I don't think car stereo is inherently bad, but a few years ago, I was at my church and we were doing a Christmas light show where you drive around the parking lot and look at lights. And there's an app on your phone that would connect you to like the music for the light show. And so you'd download this app and then you'd connect to your car and whatever. And I was helping, so I was on tech support. So I was helping with people get the app working on their phones if they need help, connect to their cars. And there's an album that kept showing up on people's phones when I was playing with people's phones and trying to troubleshoot things. And I'm going to warn you, it's going to be a little triggering for you guys, but okay, so here it is. Okay, ready? So this Songs of Innocence album, you all know it. This is the one that Apple and YouTube dropped on us and just threw it on everyone's phones, and became this big deal, and people, didn't like it. You all remember that. So every time my point here is every time I think of car stereo, I'm reminded of this time where like, okay, so like this was in 2021, like this was 7 years after the whole Apple debacle thing, and I'm still running into this Songs of Innocence album, this freaking U2 on people's phones. I'm having to deal with it in the middle of like, running around with people's cars. And yeah, this is a D tier because of this album alone. It's like flashbacks to like, wow, you guys, this is something. But if that ever gets like taken off people's phones, that'd be cool. But I don't think it'll ever happen because sometimes people just don't know. They just have it on their phone. They don't even know, which okay. But anyway, that's car stereo. Next, we got subwoofer only. Now, if you know me, bass is useless. And you would think, I mean, my initial thought was to put this in D tier because bass is worthless. But honestly, I'm going to put this one tier up. I'm going to put this in the C tier. And the reason for that is because bass is to be felt, not heard. And if you can at least feel the bass, that counts for something. It may not be much, but it does, I think it bumps it up, a single tier. But yeah, bass is it's not very good, but it's at least it's to be felt, not heard, essentially. In your jazz band or Red Hot Chili Peppers or being influenced by Flea or whatever you're listening to. All right, so next we have stadium line array. So this is cool because I'm originally from Kansas City, and Kansas City, they have a football team called the Chiefs, and the Chiefs have a stadium called Arrowhead. And at Arrowhead, they have big speakers like these. So like you can use this, like you can go watch the Chiefs game and you can go listen to the Chiefs game using these giant speakers at our Arrowhead Stadium. So I think that's really cool. So in terms of like watching the Chiefs game, that's gonna be an A tier. Next, you got what's this one called again? This is TV soundbar. So TV soundbar is the same kind of vein as stadium line array in that you can like watch things on your TV. And so what I would do is like I'll go to the game and like watch the Chiefs game, and then I'll like come back home and then turn on the TV and use my TV soundbar to rewatch the Chiefs game. And so it's not as loud as a stadium line array, but it's still pretty good because you get to rewatch the Chiefs game. Hold on, I'm getting a call from my friend Jeremy. Hello, Jeremy. How you doing? How you doing?
I guess good. I'm eating before going to the hat house.
Oh, nice. So I'm currently on a Zoom call, or not a Zoom call. I'm using Zoom, a recording for my next YouTube video, which means you are live, not like live, but like you're on air essentially. Do you have anything to say to the fans of the Music Disc Reviewer?
Pitbull's number one.
Let's go! All right, you guys, we're back at it. I just talked to my friend Jeremy for a little bit, but that was really great. It was honestly really great getting to talk to him. He's a great friend, and he's repping Pitbull, which, as you should, Trackhouse album of the year. Anyway, where were we? I don't really remember where I left off, so I guess I'll start at the beginning of this one here. This is TV soundbar. So, like earlier, I mentioned stadium line array for watching the Chiefs game. TV soundbar, you can take it home and you can rewatch the Chiefs game on your TV. It's not as loud as it would be at the stadium, like at Arrowhead Stadium, but it's still really lit because, all right, so that is going to be A tier. Yep, A tier as well. Now, next one, we got Bluetooth speaker. This one says Jibble on it. Can I get a B tier? B for Bluetooth. That's kind of all I gotta say. Let's move on. Okay. This is a good one. Zyreka. So you might think this looks a little weird, and that's because it is. So Zyreka is an album by the band The Flaming Lips, and the way Zyreka works is it's a disc that it actually comes with 4 discs, and you have to have like all 4 discs playing at the same time to hear the album, because like each disc has different parts of Zyreka on it, and so like you have to have all 4 playing at the same time, which means you need 4 CD players. Like, guys, I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm gonna keep repeating myself, but like hear me out on this, okay? What is the name of the channel? This is the Music Disc Reviewer. 4 discs at once. I can only get so excited. This is an S tier. S tier, baby. Let's go. Yeah, Zyreka. That's an easy S tier. 4 discs at once. Music Disc Reviewer. That's how it is. Okay, home stereo. So home stereo is good and bad because it's good for playing really loud things, but like I happen to get lots of noise complaints. Like the cops keep showing up at my house. I keep getting evicted. I keep having to move away and then get evicted again. So this is a C tier simply because I like it a lot. You can get loud, but it just has all these extra logistics of me getting in trouble with the law all the time. It's probably gonna happen again tonight when I'm blasting track house again. And then okay, so next we have FM radio. Um Got to be honest with you guys. If you go to your car, you can listen to FM radio in your car stereo, songs of innocence. It's not good. Like, I know, like, I've never listened to songs of innocence on my FM radio, but like, you guys, like, I see a radio at all, and I'm thinking of like car stereo, and I'm getting flashbacks to songs of innocence and run around with people's phones and people's Bluetooth and people's cars. Again, AM radio. You have AM radio, unfortunately, in your car stereo. U2, Songs of Innocence, Apple, that's going to be a D tier as well. I'm sorry. I don't make the rules, but that's just how it is. Maybe Eric Clapton could like make a better album and not release it on Apple Music all the time. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, shout out to Jimmy Page. I mean, those guys in U2, like they're pretty good musicians, but like, man, that was just the wrong move. Okay, next one, we got Nintendo DS. So this is an old school gaming console because like what's up gamers? But anyway, Nintendo DS has really tiny speakers and really compressed sound. And you can't, even though it's a portable device, you can't load individual files or songs onto it like you can with an iPod. However, you can listen to the best video game soundtrack of all time, which is Mario Kart DS, which is played on the Nintendo DS. But there we go. A tier. That would have been way more dramatic if it worked. Okay, next up. Okay, so this one I literally just learned what this is today. This is hold on, what is this called? My friend and I were my other friend and I were texting, Tyler from Toon Fever TV, who you should subscribe to. Ionic Original. So basically, they took the original acetate of some Bob Dylan song, and they recorded it in this high definition original master acetate tape vinyl quality. I don't really fully understand it, and it sold for $1.7 million because this is a thing apparently. S tier. Okay, so you can't really see because like my head is in front of it, but like I promise you, it's to the right of Zyrika. That's an S tier. Because if we're talking like you definitely want to spend like hundreds and sometimes even thousands and millions of dollars on original master recordings. All right, you guys. So that is our tier list. Make sure to like the video and